So would you mind speaking about what sort of societies you offer and how do you join those specifically in Freshers Week?
Yeah, go for it.
So at the University of Bath we have such a wide selection of societies. We've got over 130 societies, over 6 support groups and over 52 sports. They're very easy to join societies, cost £3 for the year and that's it. And that gets you into every single society ranging from Taylor Swift to drum and bass to music to everything you can think about. And then over on the sports end, it costs 30 quid for the year and then 10 quid per each additional sport. Very affordable, and that covers your entire cost for the entire year.
Cool. And with country-specific societies, like how do they work? Do they have like events, or is it just like they meet up a couple times a week? How does that normally work?
It depends on the society quite a bit. The good thing about every SU group is that it's run by students. So obviously it's not like we tell them this is how you should do it. We will give them guidance. We will kind of help them along the way. There's some central budget for societies which comes from that membership that Benji mentioned that then goes towards like specific events. But usually a lot of societies try to do sort of regular events. So for instance, Salsa Society, which isn't like country specific, but at least it's where I met the most amount of Latin American people. They have weekly sessions, like every Tuesday they have like a kind of like more social, just recreational sort of dancing. And then on Saturdays they have like more professional classes, so they do that weekly. And then on top of that they'll do other socials. Latin American Society would do at least 2 socials a month, but that would vary, like if they were say in a pub or they were like playing bowling, or there were different things. And again, it really does depend on the specific society.
Cool. Are there any ways, like in Freshers Week, to meet other international students? Are there any specific events?
So during Freshers Week we have an international mixer, which will be a great opportunity to meet other people. We're going to have probably like pins that show which country you're from, so you're able to meet people from other countries, your own country, and it'll be a great way to connect. And then also throughout Freshers Week there'll be so many events happening. I know the Freshers Week event managers have been hard at work designing and creating an amazing week. And there'll be not only chances to meet international students, but students from England and from all parts.
Do places on campus and in town accept card payments, or am I going to need to take out cash when I get here?
Everywhere in Bath will take card payment. So my usual advice would be you don't need cash, and we're a cashless campus. So sometimes people find it a bit hard because they thought they needed a lot of cash and they maybe took it out on the airport and then they can't use it on campus. So do take that into consideration. It's only the post office on campus that takes cash, randomly enough. But other than that, you won't need it on campus, and in the city you'll always be able to pay by card. So I would recommend that.
Yeah, it might be worth having a bit, just because some taxis don't accept card and only accept cash. So that you would never need more than £50, because everything else you can pay for by card.
If I've got any dietary requirements, are there any places that I can't eat, or is everywhere cool or fine for me to go?
Being a gluten-free girly myself, I can say that anywhere on campus you'll always kind of have a wide range of stuff, and then they'll always have the dietary requirements and allergens displayed, so you'll always be able to know whether it is for religious reasons or just an allergy or just a preference. You kind of be able to see, and then for instance we have a place on the parade that's a vegan food outlet, which I can't remember the name of it.
It's just called the Parade.
Oh, the Parade.
Yeah,
easy.
Check that.
And then obviously you will also have kind of easy access to Fresh. That's like a supermarket, like a small market on campus, in which you can just get your own food if you just rather cook it for yourself.
You will also find lots of halal options around, and I know at every single outlet, even though they're not specifically vegan, you'll find vegetarian and vegan options. So there's a wide selection that cater to the dietary requirements.
Cool. And then talking about food, can I buy international food in Bath, and where would I go to do that?
You definitely can. I'm not going to try to list specific countries because I'm definitely going to mix up the names of certain places, but on campus, Fresh has an international food department. I'm not gonna lie, it's not massive, but you can get specific bits and bobs,
and you'll also find in many major supermarkets you will have international aisles, which won't have an amazing selection, but it will have the essentials for each culture. So there are many places you'll be able to get foods from your culture.
Perfect, thank you. So if I'm a student who's under 18 attending the uni, are there any events that I can still attend in Freshers Week?
So you'll be able to attend every single event during Freshers Week. Just because you're under 18 doesn't mean you can't attend the events. What it will mean is that you'll get a special wristband, which means that you won't be able to buy alcohol at the alcohol events. The pre-warm-up parties you will not be able to attend due to licensing issues, as within our club night we do check ID. So for the pre-warm-up session you won't be able to enter, but all of the arena nights, which are included within the Freshers Week wristband, you can go to, being under 18.
We've had a couple of people ask where they get a wristband.
On the SU website.
On the website.
So on this same Instagram, you'll definitely find one, like some of our most recent posts that have been about the wristband. So if you just kind of follow the instructions, it'll have a link somewhere. If you can't find the website easily, which you should, if you type in the SUBlack.com, it literally leads you to our website, and you'll see massive letters being like Freshers Week, and then I'll just let you buy the wristband.
Cool.
It's also the only official event wristband for our university. We cannot guarantee the quality or whether other wristbands are real. So at least we would recommend buying the university wristband, as it guarantees that you're with students from this university. And you'll be going to the same events as all of the people from your accommodations you'll be in.
Are there prayer spaces on campus?
Yes, we have a Muslim prayer space right in the SU building actually, so it's one floor above where we are now. If when you're in Bath you need help finding it, we'll be more than happy to lead you to it. We don't have any other like religion specific prayer spaces. There is a chaplaincy on campus that is kind of multi-faith. So if you're just looking for a quiet space where you can have some time of reflection or prayer or coming together with a community, that space offers that.
Thank you. We've had a question about how do students get to campus from the airport? Is there anything that's like organised by either the SU or the university?
So if you're coming from Heathrow Airport on the outskirts of London, the university are organising a shuttle bus which is completely free to use. If you go onto the University of Bath website, search University of Bath website Heathrow bus, you will be able to sign up for it. Sign-ups are limited and it's based on first come first serve. So if you can sign up as early as possible, we would recommend that. If you're coming from Bristol, unfortunately there's no shuttle offered by the university, but you can get the A4 double-decker, which goes straight from the university straight from the airport into the town of Bath, and then from there it's just a quick bus ride up onto campus.
If for whatever reason you don't get one of the uni shuttles from Heathrow, there's a couple of options. You can either take the train, but that would be a bit like harder just because you would have to switch trains in London, so you would get like the Heathrow Express into Paddington and then Paddington to Bath Spa. But again, if you have like a lot of suitcases and stuff with you, that's a bit inconvenient. But there's also a National Express bus, the 403, that goes directly from Heathrow again to the kind of central bus station in the city. And again, it's literally the same bus that you want that you just take up to campus. And if you're in city accommodation, it's, I would say, like a 5-minute walk from the main ones, so like Green Park, or Carpenter House, or those like central ones.
Cool. We've had some people ask, can they purchase a ticket after they've come to uni, like in terms of the wristband, or do they need to do that now?
So you will be able to, so there'll be limited availability. You'll be able to buy them on the night for each event, but that will mean that you'll have to queue, you'll enter the event late, and there's no guarantee that you'll be able to get the ticket. And if you're buying the events individually on the night, it will work out more expensive. So my advice for someone who's been through Freshers is to buy the wristband early to make sure you get it, and to guarantee that you get it at the cheapest price.
Perfect. And then talk about kind of like wristbands, everything like that. I've been told I need to bring my ID with me. Does the uni accept international IDs, and when do I need to bring it with me?
Yeah, so obviously, like, we weren't expected to have a British issued ID if you're not British. I didn't have one until I got my license literally a couple of months ago. So we will accept kind of international IDs. I would recommend ideally passports if you can bring them on the first time when you collect the wristband, just because obviously it's kind of like a more international standard that we can guarantee it's real. But once you have the wristband, I don't think you will need it for specific arena nights. Once you have the wristband, that kind of shows that you're over 18, and if you're under 18, you'll have the wristband that kind of shows that anyways.
Cool, thank you guys. Is Bath a safe place as a whole?
So Bath is one of the safest cities in the country. It's also, our campus is rated really highly amongst other universities. The security services around campus are amazing. Police in the UK are very safe, and yeah, I would say that it's a very safe city to be.
Yeah, there's a few things that you'll get access to as an international student. So you have the Safe Zone app, in which, I mean, I'm sure you've probably already received comms about it, but essentially, as part of your visa regulations, you will have to come to campus a few times a week. But through that app, it's also good to have it even if you don't have any visa requirements, just because they'll say if there's an issue with the bus or if there's like a security hazard of any way, they'll kind of put it out through Safe Zone, so it's a really good app to just get in general. And then the other thing about the security service is that they're one of the only ones in the UK that will come down to get you outside of campus. So on the back of the library card that you're going to get when you come to campus, that you should probably get done in the first couple of days or so, because it's also how you access your accommodation and things. On the back of it, you're going to have the security phone number, and they do it 24 hours, 7 days a week, every day of the year. So in any point, if you feel unsafe, if you just need someone to kind of come get you for whatever reason, they'll respond if you're in Bath. And sometimes, in some cases, they've actually gone to Bristol, and if they can't help you for whatever reason, they'll contact the local authorities directly. So you get some sort of support guaranteed.
Amazing. What is the IKEA trip? How do I sign up, and how much does it cost?
So the IKEA trip sign up is completely free. It is very limited availability. There is a trip running on the Sunday before Freshers Week and on the Sunday after Freshers Week. Completely free. You'll be able to sign up on the SGU Bath Freshers Week website. Yeah.
And yeah, it's usually we'll literally drive you to IKEA. There'll be a group leader that will give you their contact information where you to need it, and then you just have kind of a couple hours to walk around and buy stuff. Something important to say is the advice they'll give you on the day as well is you only buy stuff you can carry with you, because obviously the shuttle, the bus won't have enough space for everyone to bring back full furniture, and also obviously if you're in uni managed accommodation, your rooms should have enough furniture. You only need specific things that you might want to get for yourself. Otherwise, you would have to kind of sort delivery independently.
Cool. So someone has asked. We might not have time to do this fully today, but they've said, what would be some things you'd recommend for international students to do as they land or come to Bath? A checklist of sorts, a personalised list based off of your experiences.
So, make sure to have cold weather clothing. So I didn't have enough coats, and you'll definitely need coats and jumpers. It isn't sunny, especially in September or October, so we definitely recommend bringing cold weather clothing.
Thinking back to when I got here initially, there's definitely a few things that you're going to have to do eventually, so I would recommend trying to do them early. You're probably going to want to open a bank account. That's relatively straightforward. You just go on whatever bank you prefer. Some of them have student-specific accounts, so you can kind of just maybe do some research on what your preferred one is, and then literally just book an appointment, print out a couple personal details and just stuff they'll ask you, bring it, and then open an account. It's relatively straightforward. I would register for a GP, which is it stands for general practitioner, so it's like the doctors in the UK. The way you do it is you literally, I think if you go on the NHS and then you kind of go through the motions, or you can literally just write kind of GPs near me. There's one on campus, the medical centre, but maybe you're living in the city and you'd rather have one kind of closer to where you're staying. It's completely up to you, but you register with them. They'll give you some sort of notification that you've been registered. And then through the NHS app, you can kind of book appointments. If you say you need a prescription, they'll help you sort that as well. And it's obviously all part of kind of the National Health Service, so it's mostly free, except maybe specific prescriptions.
I would definitely advise as well to check your visas and documents before arriving, just to make sure that you're not stuck in the airport or in any inconvenient travel. Just make sure that you double check you have all your documents and passport and everything with you.
Cool. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for joining. And if they have any other questions, I think the best thing would just be to send them to DM us on this Instagram account. Cool. Thank you so much everyone for joining.